How to help your teenager to achieve, to maximize their A-level grades in 21 days. The 21-day thought process and some action as well, because the action is very important. And then you do other things after that. But it takes about 21 days to establish a habit, or to actually, I suppose, establish what they want to achieve and how to go on about it. Achieving, before I go on to explain or to give my recommendations, I should say something. If you are watching this in 2022 or 2023, there will be fewer A-level top grades and also GCSE top grades being awarded in 2022 and 2023, possibly 2024 as well, we don't know. The reason for that is because there was grade inflation in 2021 and 2020 when GCSE grades went up by 30%, 30. Normally it goes up, the percentage of the top grades being awarded goes up by, I don't know, about 1% every year. So in a 2-year period, one doesn't expect it to go up by more than, is it 2.5% or 3% in a 2-year period. It went by 30% in 2 years. Now, for the A level, that went up by over 70%. The BBC website reported it as 75% in terms of the top A-level grades awarded, A and A star, in a 2-year period. 75% more top grades were awarded, so it'd be harder in 2022 and 2023. Now, this idea of establishing with your teenager and help them so that they are in a position whereby they're looking forward to achieving top grades at GCSE and A-level is a process. And there are two aspects, like to anything. There is the idea of, I suppose, mind, and there's the action aspect where the rubber meets the road. So I'm going to use an acronym CAN, C-A-N, to describe what I'm recommending. C stands for clarity, A stands for action, and N stands for nurture. Now let's get started. I'm going to start with C, clarity. The child, you could do this with them. They need to have clarity about where they are, because it's only then they can decide to set a target and do what they need to do to get to where they need to be. They need to know where they are, their position in each subject, and also which grade. Clarity about what grade do I need in which subject. Clarity about what I need to do to achieve it. Then they may be in a position, or you're with them, to put action steps, assistance, help, or whatever in place. So clarity is very important. The next is action. Action. Nothing happens without the action. The first part is about the mind. The clarity is about the mind, having clarity. But action, the one we're speaking about now, is the most important, because I'm afraid the doing aspect of it is very important. Like everything in life, it's nice to dream, and it's very important because every achievement starts with a dream. Okay, but in terms of actually manifesting itself into reality, well, it doesn't manifest itself. You, the person who dream or who dreamt, has to put action into place to make it happen. The sort of not so cool words like behavior, habits, they're all very important in terms of any achievement. Study period is one of those things, like people are studying, when young people are studying. Study sessions is one of the things I'm going to cite as an example. I have this rule of 90-30, 90 minutes of study and then 30 minutes of rest. It could be, for some people who can hack it, it could be 2 hours of study and then 40 or 45 minutes of rest. It could be 75-15, like 75 minutes of study and 15 minutes of rest, then go back to it and do another 75 minutes. So let's just say, so it ranges, it depends on the child. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 hours at a stretch without a break. So let's just use the 90-30 as an example. If they have half a day of study, they could slot in about at least 2 sessions of 90-30. Study for 90 minutes, have a break for half an hour, and then study again for 90 minutes. That's just an example. If they have a whole day of study, they could have a lunch period, maybe an hour or 2 break, and then go back to it and do another slot, 2 sessions of 90 minutes study in the afternoon with a 30 minutes break. For different people, it's different, but it needs to be more than an hour because it takes time to get into the groove, to get into the, I suppose, the zone, get into the zone of actually studying and being absorbing what you study. So that is the action part. As I said, it has a lot to do with behavior, habits, and persistent doing, but doing the right thing, working intelligently. Let's move on to the last part of the can, nurture. I am a great believer in the notion that nurture matters more than nature in achievement, especially in academic achievement. I've been teaching in the English education system since 1993, so 29 years now, almost 30 years. So I have been very fortunate. I've taught mainly in grammar schools and also in private independent schools. I taught in the in comprehensive schools, now called academies, in the early part of my teaching, and I've been very fortunate to have taught and been around many successful young people. But I have to be honest with you also, I've also seen some bright young people drifting along and not achieving much. So this nurture aspect is very important, and it's where the parents comes in. I have seen very, very talented people, of course, doing very well, but I've also seen young people who are not highly academic, but they work hard, they are academic enough, and they achieve top grades. And as I mentioned earlier, I've seen bright young people achieving mediocre, low exam grades, or even failing altogether. So the nurture, the parents has a part to play in that, in creating an environment for them which actually allows them to thrive. Study area, putting them in the right school and supporting them. When they need help, providing that help for them. And the even more difficult aspect, trying to encourage them to mix with the right gang or the right group of friends, I would say. Using the word gang is not very good. Mixing with the right group of young people, very important. So nurture is the last part. And just quickly summarize what I said. CAN, C-A-N. Clarity, action, nurture. That's what the acronym CAN stands for. Just before I finish, if you as a student can just do something that will help you to improve your grade by just 1 grade point, perhaps 2, will it make a difference to your life? Yes, possibly. Now, thank you for watching this video. My next video is going to be, I'm going to be providing specific recommendations, actually call it 7 secrets of how to banish bad exam grades. So I look forward to speaking to you in my next video. Thank you for watching.